Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's been with us for just about every stream since finding us, and that's many months ago now. Home by Design with Marilyn is going to bring us modern, elegant, and cozy design ideas, but they go a little bit farther than that. We've seen things like interior design here before, but this creator is also going to take us shopping to show us where we can find some budget-friendly ideas for the looks we're trying to achieve, and then they're going to bring us hauls as well for some of the things that they've bought, like their latest video and one that they've got coming up in a few days. As a matter of fact, I've already got the notification on for that one. We set notifications here for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. You'll get an idea when you start digging through some of the videos here when I roll over them. This creator might bring a few cooking videos as well, but typically they're going to give us design ideas, not just for the interior, but also the exterior. As you can see, they've got shorts on this channel as well, and these have now gotten into 2,400 views, 3,000 on another one, which is great to see, and then live streams on this channel. So up to about 6 months ago, they were bringing these in. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, so if they decide to pick those back up, we'll be ready for them, and I'll be looking forward to that. So thank you everybody for coming in. I got quite a few names on the wheel. You'll notice Scratch and PPA has reclaimed his place in the pole position on the Wheel of Doom. He's back from a month-long trip to Italy, and I know everybody is happy to have him back. His premiere set for Tuesday, so we'll be looking forward to that. He was still dropping videos for the month of August, but the premieres begin and voting is open, so anybody wants to catch him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you'll be able to vote for the content on next week's video, and we'll see what he's got coming up this Tuesday. I've got quite a few more names on the wheel. Michael's Adventures has been doing a lot of shout outs today for anybody watching his channel. You've seen a handful of videos come out. He just had a birthday and wanted to thank a few of the people who came by to give him some extra support. Michael's Adventures is another one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube now, and we've got a couple more moderators here. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is on the wheel. My love, Kristen Welton. Just Jason Keto is there, another fellow Canadian, and then I've got a few members on the wheel because we always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'll spin while we look at Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol and Tim Mitchell, both here early in the door. Crafty Witch 232 and It's Chocolate Drop with just a tiny name change, but that's a longtime dear friend of ours. And then Poetic Tears, My Traveling Gypsy Tarot, PK Adventure Travels has come in. I know Relax with Mel is also here. And we'll get around to spinning the wheel again in another moment. Tim Mitchell is an interesting name for a channel. It's very, very popular. So I'm actually going to get him by his handle here, Tim Mitchell 8784. And I will copy that into the chat for everyone. I'll just copy the link, it's faster. This creator actually produces videos for 3 different channels, including their own, which is great to see. Thank you for the gifted memberships again. Tim Mitchell has done this repeatedly, countless times before. I certainly appreciate the extra generous support. I know the recipients will be happy to have that. And for any of them that are here or come into the chat, I'll make sure they get put on the wheel right away. Tim Mitchell's done that so many times. I wouldn't be able to count, literally. So thank you for that. A Simple Family Lifestyles here. Rushing Wind Mountain, our dear friend of about 5 years, is in the house. Kyle Vlogs, good to have you back. Rachel Loha, I was just about to add you onto the wheel. Thank you, everybody, for those thumbs up. They really do help. It's the shares that help the most, not just here, but for everybody. The shares are what really draws in more people, of course, when we're sharing on our community tabs. Every time you share for somebody else, and then other people are doing the same thing, you can imagine that new viewers or potential new viewers are just getting bombarded with these names over and over and over. And what will eventually happen is somebody will say, like, for instance, Tim Mitchell, if we share something for him, they will say, oh, I seen this name, Tim Mitchell, like on 3 different people's channels. I had to see what was up. Why is he, getting so much recognition for being supportive? Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you in the house. Yellow Shirt Dad, forgive me for not catching you today. I know you were live. He was live while I was just barely sitting down to the computer to get ready for Tuber Chat. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, that's Rob, another fellow Canadian, dropping another gifted membership. He's done things like that countless times before as well. Now, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll look at Cruising on the High Seas and Travel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I wonder if you're... Oh, pardon me mentioning that for me. I'm not sure what you mean. Does it look like it only showed 4 out of 5 members? Oh, are you talking about the gifted members? That gifted memberships that Tim Mitchell just gave out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it does look like it only gave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, unless it's going to drop another one, or unless it has some kind of a glitch and didn't show the 5th. IVB Creates picked up one of the gifted memberships from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, but that's interesting. Yeah, thank you for noticing that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, of course, a beloved and dedicated moderator here, but we want to keep an eye on some of these glitches, right? Because they can really throw somebody off, and we want to be able to say, like, oh, don't worry, we've seen that kind of thing before, so that people understand whether some of the problems that happen, or glitches that I like to call them, are with the YouTube system, not with your channel or with yourself, right? It's almost like when I say... sometimes you'll be live streaming and somebody will come on and they'll say, like, hey, we can't hear you, you're muted, right? If one person says it, it might be their problem. But if more than one person says it, then you know it's on your end, right? So these kind of things can really help. Life with Wanda, good to see you here. Angie's Oddities, good to have you in the house. That's great. You're thrilled with how your channel's growing. That's wonderful. I'm sure you've met a few friends here and a few friends in other places. Angie's Oddities has been with us for a while and obviously is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Oki's Eden has been here just about every day lately. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is a long time friend. Apply and Pressure, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. This might be your first time here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Yeah, I can't be certain. I'm looking at something in the background there to see if I can tell if there's something up with those memberships. I'm going to write myself a note here. Just so that I can have a look at it after and see if we're actually up, like right now, 6 more than we had yesterday, because I was just looking at those. By the way, I know I mentioned the other day the idea of updating the slides that you see on the screen in the bottom corners. They show all of our members and moderators, and I haven't updated those in a while. I literally just started the process. It takes a moment, but I'll get those done as quickly as I can. Rocking Keto Amy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Handicapped Traveler is here. Willow's Creations is a longtime friend. Good to see you in the house. And we're about to talk about Tim Mitchell and his other two channels that he produces videos for. So it's great to know that this creator's putting out some content for themselves right now. They've got a few videos on the front page here. They got some shorts as well, and these are really starting to move. They got one at 1100, 1400, 1800. These are all moving along, and we've noticed something else. I wouldn't call this a glitch, but it's just something we can notice. When you are on a browser and you go to the shorts page and you click the popular tab, what you're going to do is expect the shorts to be in order from the one with the most views to the least. But while some of the shorts videos are still getting views, they tend to be out of order. And it's a really cool thing to see because, in my opinion, it's exciting. You know that there's movement happening there. Live streams on this channel. I've been lucky to catch Tim Mitchell a few times, usually on the road, giving us kind of a drive along his route. And then conversation goes on as most live streams do while he's on the road. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tim Mitchell. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He just dropped 5 gifted memberships. He's done that many, many times before, and I hope everybody will connect with him so you can get some of his support coming back to you as well. He is almost at 300 subscribers right now. If you, hopefully we'll get him there today. If anybody hasn't already connected to this creator, head over there, and I know it's easier said than done, but Tim Mitchell hopefully will grab another 5 or 10 today. As a matter of fact, after Tuber Chat today, it's possible, I'm not sure if Michael's Adventures moved his premiere today or not, but he'll have one after Tuber Chat either at 7 or 8 o'clock. We're going to raid into Butler Family Farm because we're not always able to do a live stream at this time on Monday, and we will kind of crash right into their time slot, but in perfect time to jump in about 15 minutes after they start. So lots of opportunity today to continue to meet friends, because most people here will allow and encourage everybody to meet more friends in their live streams and premieres the same way we do here. But certainly our moderators allow that, and we know Butler Family Farm will. And then Michael's Adventures will be on at 8 o'clock. So that'll be actually just a few minutes after Butler Family Farm today, but we know that that will be coming up. My Flock is Everywhere is in the house. That's another longtime friend. They've been with us for at least a couple years, but I think it's more like 3, maybe even 4 years. 3 for sure. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot is another longtime friend. Good to see you here. I'm going to put them onto the wheel. Oh, pardon me. I've already got you on the wheel. Getting ahead of myself there. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So let's talk about a couple more channels here. Tim Mitchell actually produces videos for Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Tim Mitchell's actually on the way, likely with Chef CV, to go and meet up with Jerry and Susan from Butler Family Farm, the channel that I'm talking about. They just got through with a cruise that went from Seattle to Alaska for a week. So we're looking forward to hearing all about that today. I'm certain they'll be live streaming then from Seattle. And I'm not sure if they'll be doing that while they're out for dinner or right afterwards, or if they've got a hotel that they'll go and do that with. I'm uncertain, but we'll see. So it leaves some mystery for us. It's Marvella. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Lady Light, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And that might be a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. Now, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is the channel that is owned by Chef CV. This is the channel for which Tim Mitchell produces videos. If you look at one of these videos that I've already seen, this is the story about how these two met. And I'm always happy to hear stories like that. I love heartwarming things as much as anybody else does. And it's interesting because I can relate to this. I'm old enough to have been around when these two would have met in their interesting story. So I'll leave it to everybody to go and check that out without a spoiler alert. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official was making spaghetti and clams. Why did I think I was there for that? Or were we just talking about it? Or did they do that on a live stream the other day? Somebody was just saying it's like their favorite thing. Was it Tim Mitchell? Oh, that said it's their favorite thing that they make? I didn't think about that. Actually, Tim Mitchell, yes, because I'm in the Eastern time zone. So Butler Family Farm is going to go on at what will be close to 7 p.m. my time, but it'll be much earlier for them. So that makes sense. Bells and Stars, good to see you in the house. Gloria's Platters, another longtime friend as well. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Chef CV is going to bring us into the kitchen. You see a glorious wheel of misfortune there. And then they are going to make interesting dishes and meals. What they do with the Wheel of Misfortune, it's really fun to watch actually, because they'll put different types of ingredients or ideas onto the wheel, spin, and then they're left to make whatever comes up. It reminds me of something like Grocery Games by Guy Fieri, or however we pronounce his name. Fieri, I forget. But I've seen many of his shows as well, but you know what I mean. So it's kind of a cool idea. And Chef CV as well is going to help us navigate the kitchen, understand some of the cookware and appliances we're going to run into. Here's another situation where we've got some shorts that are still moving. 1,200 on one of these, 1,300 on another. Those are fairly new as well. And then live streams on the channel. So I'm going to rerun this one. I was there. But I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to get that red line to go all the way across, make sure they get the credit for the watch time there. That's a full hour and a half of watch time, by the way. And hopefully everybody will catch them. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official goes live every Sunday. And then they have another channel I'm going to show you in a second here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. The Wheel of Misfortune does sound funny. I wish that we had that name. Mr. Naz named our wheel many years ago the Wheel of Doom. But we've kept it all this time. The Bud Files is here. Good to see you in the house. That is a family of creators who's also been with us for several years. So get them onto the wheel. This is another channel from Chef CV. Videos produced by Tim Mitchell, of course, but this is a complimentary channel, so more of Chef CV, but more behind the scenes. They could be on an outdoor adventure. They might bring us back into the kitchen again. And then you see shorts on this channel have gotten now into 1,000 views, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. I believe it's the first Saturday of every month. And forgive me if I'm getting that wrong again, but I think that is the story, right? She's live every Sunday on her original channel, and then the first Saturday of every month on this channel, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, my dear goodness. Yes, beef liver. It went horribly but deliciously wrong. Yeah. I found Dory. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That might be another new channel. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. And Go With The Flow Farm. Thank you for another gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It's actually Tim Mitchell was chosen by the wheel first today. And most people who've been here 100 times know what it's like to be picked first or picked last or anywhere in between. We really never know. And then he gifted a handful of memberships. Right behind him came Cruising on the High Seas and Travel with another gifted membership, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. So we'll have a look at Rob's channel right now in Canada, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, PK Adventure Travels, I wonder, because if you were to talk to Jason or Jerry from Butler Family Farm, or even Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, maybe even Jesse Journals and Unboxes or Kristen Welton, I think they all know what it's like to be picked either first or last more than once. Lala, the High Vibe Coach Languages, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And thank you, everybody, for the shares, too. I think we've got a couple new channels in the chat today, and I bet that's why. So thank you, Tim Mitchell. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is Rob. Thank you for the gifted membership. This creator brings us cruising and travel, of course, whenever they can. In the meantime, what they do is visit a lot of popular restaurants and takeout food places to try some of the new featured dishes that they have. A lot of the things that are advertised. They've actually inspired me to go and get some Little Caesar one time because of this. But I recognize everything I see here because Rob is a fellow Canadian, only a couple hours away from me. I'm in Niagara Falls, and he's about 2 hours north. And Rob is somebody who you probably recognize if you've been anywhere through the Tuberchat community at all, because he's collaborated with so many other creators. He's literally on different streams almost daily, I would guess, as a matter of fact. There's Rob right there. Lots of shorts on this channel, 1,200, 1,800, 2,400 views on one of these. And then there's likely from a deck party. Oh, a Lido deck dance party competition. That would have been cool to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So you can see he's live frequently, sometimes with other creators. We're actually on one together about a month ago where Cruising on the High Seas and Travel with Cruising is Fun Anytime and Scotty J Travels actually hosted that, and then PK Adventure Travels and a few other people were there as well. So that was cool. That was a full house, and I haven't done a panel like that in a very long time, if ever, where we had like 10 of us talking YouTube on there, but that was a good time. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now that we're off to the races here. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, Rob, thank you again for another gifted membership. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. For the same reason, we're going to look at Go With The Flow Farm right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yeah, I know you're talking about the temperature in the chat when you say hot, 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 but I just told Kristen Welton a story yesterday, and I can't remember in all these years if I've told her before, but I worked on a cruise ship once many years ago, many years ago, and I was part of the cruise staff, and one of the things that we have to do is entertain everybody when the sail away party is happening. So for anybody that has been on a cruise or seen any of the sail away parties from our cruising channels and friends that have cruising content, you will know that there's a lot of singing and dancing, and hot, hot, hot is almost always included. So if you want to give yourself a laugh, you can close your eyes for a second and imagine that, yes, I used to hop up on the benches and dance and do the whole everything that we had to do. I used to try to hide and not have to do it, but I did my share, I promise you. Go With The Flow Farm is up on the screen right now. This is a channel that's actually been going live, I think, daily. We'll have a look in a quick second here. They're bringing us short videos that are bringing us pleasing audio and pleasing visuals for the most part, mostly outdoor content actually. Then when we look at shorts over here, we're going to see that these have done really well, getting into 5,000, 6,000, and even 10,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, I think they're live just about every day, bringing a mix of pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, focusing on outdoor content. But they're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We can see they're closing in on 900 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone today. Create and Relate is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel. I'm going to spin right now. Yeah, you would have had to be there. It was 1996, Gloria's Platter, so a very long time ago when I was a young dancing lad. And then just Jason Keto is going to come up in another moment. So Mr. Fulton Mraz has just come in. He's always got interesting news for us. And that's really cool, Mr. Fulton Mraz. He's been a friend of mine for about 6 years, actually, since before this channel had even existed. So what we'll do, we'll take a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm just going to play you a very quick clip from a new video series that we have on the channel. I say new, it's almost a year since we started that. There's 5 episodes already, a 6th one coming. And what these are meant to be interviews, but they really turn into friendly conversations. And the featured creators that I talk to have been friends of ours for several years. This one, as a matter of fact, for 5 years. They've been with us almost from the beginning of this channel. They're still hanging out with us as often as possible today, and they've got interesting things happening on their channel, along with their long past 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right.
Yeah. And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams, when you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, let's take that break for 3.5 minutes, and then we're coming back with Just Chasing Keto. Mark the Shark is in the house. I saw Chris's Clever Craft dropped a super chat earlier. We're going to look at his channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. I cleared out the wheel a little bit. I took a few names off, and I do that occasionally throughout the stream for anybody I don't think I've seen in about 20 minutes or half an hour. So if any of our members or moderators are listening or watching, just please be active in the chat. I'll make sure to get you back onto the wheel if your name is not there. A Rescue Kitty's Life. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think I know who that creator is, but I could be mistaken. Please let us know if you have another channel or if you've changed your name or started another one. Sir Dang for Jesus comes from Handicapped Traveler. And then I put Angie's Oddities onto the wheel already, as promised. We always put at least a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list, sometimes more, depending on how things go over the course of the stream. But we still got almost 2.5 hours to go. It's lots of time to put lots of channels up. The source is on there, applying pressures on the wheel, and Just Jason Keto's on the screen. The luck this guy's had the last couple of streams, I think he was chosen pretty close to first the other day as well. So Just Jason Keto is another fellow Canadian, actually, just by coincidence. I've met up with him a few times. He's only a couple hours away from me as well, so hopefully we'll do some more meetups soon. Just Jason Keto is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, and the thoughts about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got tons of recipes on his channel, literally like hundreds now. He's probably got 100 chaffle recipes alone, but he makes a lot of different things. They could be meals, they could be snacks, they could be ingredients, and he has unique ideas for how we can make some traditional dishes that are keto-friendly, let's say. Between that and the product reviews, he'll help us understand the ingredients that we might find in ideas marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle, how those ingredients are going to affect us. And he does some product reviews on the channel as well, things that are related to either the kitchen and how he's getting things cooked, or he might do a outdoor adventure video just to bring a little bit of variety. If he happens to be heading out of town or anything like that. He's got a lot of guests that join him on the channel. They are going to share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, trials, tribulations. Everybody's got different opinions and different experiences, right? So it's nice to get a lot of different information when we're trying to learn. And Just Jason Keto also has a vibrant community surrounding the channel that will help with questions and comments when he drops premieres and live streams, which he does every week. So shorts on this channel give us a bit of a hint. Healthy looking and grilling shorts seem to do really, really well, especially for him. This barbecue video is still getting views right now. I was wondering about that the other day, so it's rising up the ranks here. He's got a few more, 5,100, 5,800, 6,300, and I've seen this one here at 22,000 views, and I promise you that one's entertaining, so it's definitely worth a watch. I bring it every day. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Fever Dream Animation, not sure if I said hello. I know you've been here for a little while already. Just Jason Keto goes live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, sometimes with a guest, sometimes it's Jason himself, sometimes he mixes things up and does a cook-along live stream, or he might invite some fellow YouTubers to come up for like a homestead hangout that he did a few months back. But either way, like I said, he's got a vibrant community that will help with questions and comments, and the focus is usually talking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And then, oh, thank you. Yeah, the source. My pleasure. The tiniest thing I could do to repay some of the love you've been giving this channel. The source is somebody who's been coming into the Superchat family for many months now, but the second they started coming in, probably after the very first stream, they were sending friends over here. We probably get at least one new friend in every stream because of the source and their shares and their shout outs, and they do a lot of shouting out of other channels and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and all of our moderators. And then Chris's Clever Craft is coming up because he dropped a super chat a little while ago. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Chris's Clever Craft is up on the screen right now, and I'll show you both of his channels. This creator's been live streaming like crazy lately. I've been lucky to catch him at least once a week. 626 subscribers right now. Chris's Clever Craft's been with us for many years as well. I think it's close to 5 years also. And he has an interesting property. What he usually does is bring us either indoors or outdoors, gives a lot of stories to be told. He's always got something interesting going on. But he expanded into some product reviews. He's always done a lot of do-it-yourself videos, some shout-outs for other creators. And this is a creator that really likes to work. I promise you that. When you have a look at some of his videos, even in the shorts here, you'll see some of the best performing ones are him working. Look at this, 32,000 views. This shorts video is still getting views, and he's doing work like this all the time. And then live streams. So this is what I'm talking about. He's been live frequently. I'm lucky to catch him occasionally, but he's live I was gonna say daily, but I guess not. I didn't realize it's already been a week and a half since I caught you the last time. But he's doing all kinds of work. So there's Chris right there. But you get an idea of some of the different really intense interior renovation ideas that he's got going on here. He's working all the time. 626 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 700 we know he's thinking about. And Kaiser Gaming YT is another channel that is probably familiar to most of us here because he's been coming in with this channel for a couple years now, and he really works hard on this one as well. So it's been a while since he's posted a video, but he live streams all the time, even up to 3 weeks ago. And even though he'll do things in kind of a series here, you see a lot of Final Fantasy right here, but if I was to really dig through these, you'll start to see different games as well. He's done a lot of Fortnite and a few other things. Skyrim is another popular title, of course. So you get an idea of what I'm talking about, but he's got tons and tons and tons of this, not to mention shorts have really benefited. So gaming shorts can do really well because there's so many fun things that can happen, and they all happen in just a quick moment. But look at this, 6,500, 9,000, 10,000, another one at 10,000, which is great to see. And he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Like I said, he dropped a super chat while we went on that break. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then it's time for us to get back to spinning the wheel. So thank you again, Chris's Clever Craft. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The traveling type is in the house as well, and my love, Kristen Welton, is dropping a super chat right now, which is, like I would always say, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And yeah, she's excited for September, I know. During our time together, we've been together for 9 years. It's going to be 10 years in a couple months, actually, but we've been together that long, and she's lived in Niagara Falls her entire adult life. I've been here since moving in with her 9 years ago. And I have come to love autumn a lot more than the heat that seems to beat us down in the summer. So we've both been looking forward to September and are glad that it's here. So applying pressure, I was just making sure I matched that avatar. Whenever we have a channel that's got a popular name or many search results, we just want to scan those search results and make sure we get that avatar match to make sure we've got the right channel. And we're going to look at Kristen Welton next. But applying pressure is brand new here. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos here. I will take this one, let's just say, something much longer than 3 minutes. I'm going to put this in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our subscriptions stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Kristen Welton just dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at her channel right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And forgive me, Precious Gems, I didn't say hello, but I did get you on the wheel. And then Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Kristen Welton, my love, we, like I said, live together in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. And she has her own channel, though. She's been at this for many years as well. One of our longest standing members. Our longest standing member on the Tuber Chat channel, of course. When you dig through her videos, my bet is that, what are we looking at? Probably a year, 2 years? So here's a bit of an answer for us, right? For anybody that's wondering what happens with these red lines that run under your videos to tell you you've watched something, it seems now that they're sticking around for 2 years. Used to be a year, and then they would seem to disappear. At least that was my experience with them. But you notice how right away after 2 years, now they just are disappearing. But obviously we've been through every one of her videos. What I wanted to show you by scrolling, though, she's experimenting with different styles of thumbnails right now, but she's always given a professional look to all of her thumbnails and the presentation of her channel, especially featuring these bright, bold headshots, right? And she started with makeup and beauty, get ready with me, and even get unready with me type videos. She's been doing that and continues today. A lot of skincare and then a lot of makeup, but also product reviews, unboxings, and sponsored videos, as a matter of fact. And then this creator's gotten into shorts with pure variety, like most creators here in the Tuber Chat family, regardless of category or niche. They've got variety in the shorts videos, getting into 19,000, 22,000, featuring some of our famous winter weather there, and then 28,000 views on one of these. There's Spiky Bruiser right there. There's Trouble Von Cuddlepuss over here. They have both made cameo appearances several times in Tuber Chat live streams. And then Kristen Welton is now working on 1,800 subscribers. She posts fairly consistently, almost weekly, and is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I see Blessed to Crochet coming in, and thank you, my love, Kristen Welton, for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course. And it's time to spin the wheel again. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Precious Gems is another creator with a really popular name, so we've got to make sure we catch the right avatar while we're looking for them in the search results. So if I search for them right now, we see this channel here, but I'll show you what I mean, because they've been with us for many years. It's interesting to me that now the algorithms changed so much that even when we search for channels, YouTube knows we're subscribed to the channel and still has it. Look how far down the search results. It kind of is perplexing, actually. When we look at this, maybe I want to put quotes around this. I've already set a filter. You could do that on a phone too, to let YouTube know you're looking for a channel, not just the general search results. But with quotes, it might help. And we'll dig through here and just see. I'm just curious to know if we're going to have any luck finding this creator. It's easy to find because we're already subscribed to them if it wants to come up. But this is, there it is. Oh, yeah, after like 5, 6, 7 scrolls, we finally come to the channel. And Precious Gems is pretty consistent with their content, though, as well. They've been posting frequently for as long as I can remember. As you can see, at least once a week. And what they're bringing for the most part is interesting music with animations to go along with it. I'm going to take the second video here and put it in my catch-up list. When we're connecting with channels, we're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer if possible. It's very important that the videos are 3 minutes, very important that we watch from beginning to end. In some cases, you will find channels that only have shorts. Then my recommendation is just to watch 2 or 3 of them. It's the same 3 minutes, right? But this way, what we're doing is making sure we stick to the system. The instructions are in our video descriptions. This is how we've been doing things for 5 years. But you see that every channel I put on the screen that's been here before, at least on the screen before, I'm subscribed to, because the subscriptions always stick. So shorts on this channel have gotten into 8,000, 10,000, even 16,000 views with a little more variety. And Precious Gems is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us for several years now, and they're here frequently, actually. Troy Sutton, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. New Horizons Above and Beyond is also here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Hunting and Stuff with J&J, good to see you in the house. Anybody can reach out, by the way, anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, X or Twitter some of the time as well. And I have conversations with people all the time. I love talking YouTube and social media and all that stuff. It's how I get a idea of the temperature out there in the YouTube streets, what people are seeing. PK Adventure Travels will be happy they didn't come up last today. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. That's interesting, actually, that you mentioned that. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you here. But Rushing Wind Mountain just mentioned, home bartending with John hasn't been in for a few streams, but for a long time there, he was here every stream, and he's been a friend of ours for many years. He hasn't posted in a while, but he's been incredibly supportive all of this time. And it's great when people notice. I've talked about that many times. I believe I talk about it in our interview series with Be Amazing Sylvia in an upcoming episode. But the idea is, this is where we get a part of the idea behind the word family that we use all the time. It really does start to feel like family, especially when, somebody hasn't been around in a while and everybody, kind of goes looking or reaches out. So I hope somebody will reach out to Home Bartending with John. I'll do the same, actually. Pete was away for about a month, still dropping videos every Tuesday. He hasn't missed a week in what now is 5 years, or close to 5 years. But he is back in action and has been tearing up the YouTube streets, as we've seen for the last couple of days. PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Melinda, and these creators are travel agents that are bringing us travel content. Now, I've only recently come to learn that Ryan's got a second channel, and he did something interesting here, and I haven't been talking about this very much lately, but one of the things I recommend for anybody that has more than one channel is to feature your channels on each other's home pages, if that makes any sense. We do the same here. Our copyright-free music channel is featured at the bottom of our front page. You'll be surprised how many people will follow you on more than one channel when they know you have more than one. Now, I don't want to recommend anybody start more than one. I promise you it feels like more than double the work when you do, but I like to recognize it when I see creators with more than one channel. And we got to do everything we can to cross-promote. I promise you, with all my years in social media history, I've been there from the beginning. And I can't tell you why, but it seems that no matter how hard you try, even if you have 2 YouTube channels doing the same thing, you will only have about a 30% crossover maximum of subscribers. And it's really weird to think about that, but it's true. You'd wonder, why wouldn't somebody want to follow you on both if they follow you on one? But it's just the way it is. It's always been that way on Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. So PK Adventure Travels has a brand new video here. This one's pretty lengthy. This is cool. Aruba Cruise Island Tour. And I'm not sure if I've seen a video quite like this from these creators, even though I've watched a lot of their content. So they do a really thorough job with ship tours and room tours, travel ideas. They do some RV camping. Ryan has a news series where these are really topical ideas, and I recommend this every time we talk about this channel. But if anybody's going to do a serious trip of any kind, I would watch the playlist of these videos at some point, because he really comes up with some interesting ideas that we might not think about that have gotten people in trouble. So I'm a fan of the series. But these two have an incredible chemistry between them. I was taken away with their channel. The first time I saw it, I watched a ship tour. That was the first video that I watched, I believe. And they just do a really thorough job. And both of them bounce off each other perfectly. And you'll see what I mean when you watch their content. So they've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 views. Most of this is travel based, in line with their long form content. And then they've got live streams. So they're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And forgive me, I'm going to crash into you again this week. I wasn't going to. And then when we had the holiday, I said, okay, we'll go on Monday and Thursday again. But that should have me off Thursday for 2 more weeks after. It's the way the calendar rolls, because we're dropping our streams just about once every 3 days. PK Adventure Travels is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then we're going to have a look at Ryan Parker Studios. This is actually an older channel, if I understand right, and Ryan has revamped it and started coming out with new content. So I'm going to take the latest video, put that into my catch-up list as well. Forgive me, I've already got it in there. I haven't been through it yet. For whatever reason, I think I missed a day going through my catch-up list, and when I looked today, I think there was 49 videos in the playlist or something like that. So I still got to get through these. But he's got a few more premieres coming up this month as well. It looks like he's dropping videos weekly, which is great to see. And then we'll see what he's going to do with the channel from his About page. He's got a few different ideas here. Live streams ready to go. These are like, my guess is these are similar to what people used to call silent live streams. Some people literally used to just put a black screen up and just leave it silent. And then YouTube didn't like that, so people started putting different things on there. But an aquarium lends itself perfectly to a relaxing live stream where people can kind of pop in and out. 200 subscribers, right on the nose. So hopefully we'll get him another 5 or 10 today, so that we can make sure that that 200 is locked in. And that's PK Adventure Travels and Ryan Parker Studios. And then I see the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph has come in, and they just dropped a gifted membership again. They've done that countless times before also. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we will look at the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph next. But what we're going to do right now is go on another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, then we'll come right back. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series that I talk about all the time. These are really informative videos. I tried to ask the featured creators for their opinions without adding a lot of my own, so we could really hear what they have to say, because they don't all say the same things that I would, and they don't all say the same things as each other about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period. I was given a huge model to build, and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. Trying to put it together. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, let's take that break for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll be right back. All right, pardon me for that. We're almost back. Right at that second, there was a window that popped up about an update for a little plugin that I use. I'm on Mac, but there's this incredible program called Rectangle, and what it does is allows you to set your screens to certain parts of the monitor, right? So I do this, then I whip another one over, and then I whip another one over, and then, this is how some of us are watching so many things a day or per week, like, because we've got 4 strips of live streams and premieres and playlists going at a time, or more. Pete might have 6 going on at a time. Oh, no, I've ruined it. Now I can't get it back to the way I want. I do love this extension, though, is what I meant to call it, Rectangle. But it wanted to update. I should have clicked later and accidentally clicked it. My dear goodness. Now my thing doesn't want to work to... Oh, goodness, to move my window. It feels like it's not important, but it's very important. Oh... Would you please do what I want? I can't get it to do what I want. Oh my dear goodness. This is how I whine and complain whenever things don't work. If Two Pineapples is listening in the background, he's got to be shaking his head laughing, because we joke about this stuff all the time. It worked yesterday. Why isn't it working today? Why can't I copy and paste today? Why can't I do all the things I usually do? Yellow Shirt Dad, I've got you on the wheel. Cruz Bolero's just been added. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Westy, thank you for keeping that membership going. I'm going to make sure you're on the wheel right now. And Crafty Witch 232, forgive me, I remove names from the wheel occasionally if I haven't seen somebody in a few minutes. There's no like real hard time limit for that or anything like that. But I do that frequently. Members and moderators will always be re-added to the wheel. Jody Genealogy is coming in. I'm going to make sure they're on right now. Rushing Wind Mountain was added. I'll show you something when we get to Rushing Wind Mountain's channel. Sometimes I look at notifications as well, and I just saw one from Rushing Wind Mountain. I don't know where it is now, but I'll show you when we get their channel up on the screen. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph has a few videos on their channel. They've even been playing with the new Suno system. I know it's not new, but you know what I mean. It feels new. All these companies are coming out and they're only 6 months old and the world seems to know about them. But Suno's doing the AI music, and that's where our theme song comes from Jake Huston. We play it at the end of every stream, and I know a lot of other creators have experimented with that system. But the Groves Bargain Emporium has also got some shorts on the channel, and these are starting to get into 500, almost 600 views, 1,000 views, 1,200 on a couple of these, which is great to see. Mostly outdoor content, and then live streams. This is where the magic happens on this channel. So what Steph is doing here are live streaming auction style sales. It can be like buy it now ideas as well, but the idea is she's going to put things up on the screen for people to have a look at, and you can bid on those things right then and there. There's stories to be told and a chance to get to know her in between that. But she's got StreamYard panels full of guests as well that come up and join her frequently, and I've been lucky to catch her many times. I'm surprised it's already been a week and a half since I caught you. I thought I was just there, but I must be mistaken. And then she's got a couple coming up. So on the 3rd, which I believe is Wednesday, and then again another couple of weeks after that, she's got a couple set up. But she's live several times a week, almost daily sometimes. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph. She is a very enthusiastic creator, but somebody who's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here ever since finding us. And she just gifted a membership again. She's done that I don't know how many times, countless times literally, and I really do appreciate the extra generous support. So we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters up onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And Westy just came in and dropped a Super Chat as well, so we're going to have a look at that channel right away. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then thank you for that. The Gross Bargain Emporium Steph is going to be live. She just said tomorrow. So thank you for that. And then Westy's up here right now. Now you'll notice that whenever somebody gifts a membership or drops a super chat, their link is dropped automatically in the chat. But Westy is a very short name and somewhat popular. So we just want to make sure we can get to them without too much trouble. So this creator is somebody I'm just getting to know. They just got a subscriber right this second. As I flipped the page, it went from 129 to 130, which is great. So thank you for whoever did that. We always want to make sure we're watching videos in full while we're there and leaving meaningful, genuine comments. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences so that your comment really stands out, and then it's easy to find. They can go back and click it right away and get to your channel. So Westy, like I said, I'm just getting to know, obviously gameplay videos here, and they're posting very frequently. So I'm just going to take this video. It's been a couple weeks, but I'm going to have a look at this CarX Street Review. I don't think I've seen this game before, so that'll be interesting for me to see. And then it looks like they're mixing up the gameplay, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm unsure about some of the footage that I see. But most of our gaming friends are bringing a variety of different titles, and then they've got shorts over here as well. And I mentioned it earlier, but gaming channels can do really well with shorts videos because there's so many fun, interesting, and hilarious things that can happen, and it's always within a quick moment, right? 2,200 views on one of these, 2,500 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They were live today. They seem to be live really frequently, which is great to see, and mixing up the gameplay there as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Westy. I see they've got 3 new subscribers just since we even put their channel on the screen, which is fantastic. So hopefully those all stick. As long as everybody's always watching full videos, always leaving meaningful comments while we're there. You can leave this channel to go do it. I mean, nobody needs permission or anything like that, but that's what we're supposed to be doing. Just in case you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I have to wait, I'll write the name down and I'll go later. No, you can go and visit their channel, do all the things you need to do, and then come back here afterwards. That's how we've been doing this for many years. And that's, you know, it really helps the connection stick, let's just say. I know lots of people are on a phone, but for people on a computer, they're just running different windows all at the same time anyway, if that makes any sense. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, but thank you again, Westy, for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And I know I say it a million times, but we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. We're back to spinning the wheel, and we're going to look at the source now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Now, the source is another popular name on YouTube. So whenever we find names that have popular words, or it could be just popular names in general, and when they're short, it can be a real struggle to find some channels in the search results. And YouTube has played with the algorithm again and again and again and changed things up. Some of our friends who were easy to find up until recently are back, you know, stuck somewhere, have disappeared into the abyss of the search results somehow. So what we want to do is always search, find, and click on each other's names whenever possible, which is 99% of the time. It really is worth the extra effort to go through the frustration of trying to find somebody matching their avatar, because the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. And generally, when we search, find, and click on each other, when hundreds of people are doing it over the course of a few weeks or months, most of us are going to rise up the search results and eventually become number one for our names around the world. I promise you, I know what it's like. My personal channel went through the same thing. There are many other people with my exact name. I used to be a DJ. There's at least 2 other DJs in North America with my name. So that was a bit of a struggle, but I know what it's like. And this is what we can do, the best idea we have for trying to help each other. So the source is doing a lot of different things on their channel, but the thing I've noticed the most is the shout outs for other creators. A lot of interviews here as well. They're really putting a lot of focus on helping others grow, but sometimes they're just doing their own thing as well. Lots of variety on the channel, and they're posting just about daily. I'm just going to put the latest video on my catch up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they've been up to there, and then live streams on the channel as well. This creator's live streaming all the time, and they're doing a similar thing to what we're doing here, meaning connecting creators or allowing people and encouraging people to connect during their live streams. So you'll definitely make more friends while you're there. I talked about it earlier, but ever since this creator started coming into the Tuber Chat family, which I think is 6 months ago, I could be wrong about that. I wonder if there's a way for me to figure this out. If I go back through the videos, I don't know. I've seen quite a few videos here. It may not be as long as I think it is, but it feels like about 6 months. Could be longer, actually. But ever since then, this creator right away started sending friends over here. And I'm still convinced to this day that every stream we get one more friend as a minimum, sometimes more, from the source. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're also opening it up that anybody can be, pretty much anybody can be interviewed on their channel as well. What I can tell everybody here is that every time you collaborate with somebody else in any way at all, you are all but guaranteed to grab a handful of not only subscribers, but loyal and dedicated subscribers, because when you get the kind of word of mouth that the source is putting out there, or lots of people do when they collaborate, they do challenges, they get other channels involved, even StreamYard panels and things like that. What will happen is the people who are the biggest supporters of the channels that they're coming from, those are the people who are going to come to your channel, if that makes any sense, before everybody else anyway. So hopefully everybody will connect with the source. What happens in Source Club stays in Source Club. Keep that in mind as well. But thank you for all that you've been doing, because we see it every day here. And hopefully everybody will connect with them, get some of that support coming back to you as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Yellow Shirt Dad is up on the screen right now. This is Gene, and this is a creator that often brings us the joke of the day. They usually do that a couple times a week on their channel. And Yellow Shirt Dad is somebody who I remember clearly coming into the Tuber Chat family. They've been with us at least a couple years now. But when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family, it was the first day. I'm convinced that, my memory's not what it used to be, but I'm pretty sure that it was the very first day. And I saw them already talking about collaborating with other people. They've done that many times on their channel. They continue to grow now, officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. So this creator's actually expanded a lot of the content on the channel, and some of their videos are short and basically under 2 minutes, because they're just giving us that joke of the day. And a lot of these are hilarious, like they're, a lot of dad jokes and things, and I find those to be probably the funniest of all. But this creator also gives us a lot of walk and talk videos. They got some beautiful beachfront here. They take us there all the time. They'll bring us somewhere special when they're going on some kind of an adventure or a touristy destination. And Yellow Shirt Dad has got shorts on his channel as well. I've seen him on another channel with a shirt that was not yellow, by the way. That was there in the very beginning. So you have to dig through other people's channels to find that. But when we get here, we see that this creator's got 5,300 views on one of these shorts, 8,500 on another one, which is interesting to see, and quite a bit of live streaming lately. I caught them up to a few weeks ago. I can't believe it's already been 3 weeks, but hopefully I'll catch you again for another one. But he always does a great job of keeping up with the chat while he's out live streaming. There's a chance to see what's going on in Las Vegas right now too. Hopefully everybody will connect with Yellow Shirt Dad. Like I said, he's been with us a couple of years. Hopefully you'll connect with him and get his support coming back to you. He'll likely be with you for a long time as well. And then thank you, Sir Tank, for Jesus. Yeah, I usually set the goal. If I didn't set it incorrectly, I usually set it for a couple of hours, but I always do it after the first half hour of Tuber Chat when a couple of things have already happened. So we don't get it every day, but I just do it because it's there. More than anything else, everybody can see the obvious benefit by using the Super Chat goal feature. But at the same time, even though I use it, I like to say that I don't like to solicit that kind of thing. You know, most people can see this channel's doing fine. We've got lots of members, lots of people contributing in that way, and I happen to be lucky enough to be able to work full time, which I do. You know, so it's true when I say memberships and super chats are absolutely unnecessary. They are very much appreciated. But the goal is just another thing, and I use it, you know, for the obvious benefit, but it's good for people to be able to see that and say, hey, maybe I want that for my channel as well. Not everybody has it, even though we thought by now everybody should, so we'll see. Sir Dank for Jesus is up on the screen. This creator's got 112 subscribers right now. This is actually Handicapped Traveler with a second channel, and I'll show you their original channel in a quick second here. You can get the idea just from the thumbnails about the spiritual inspiration that they're bringing here. I'm going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list, and then we'll have a look at Handicapped Traveler and see what they've got going on. They're going to bring us travel from a certain perspective. Of course, their channel's gone through quite a change this year, but you can see they got a brand new banner, brand new avatar. They're active all the time. They're here with us for just about every stream, especially lately. They live stream themselves about once a month, but I was lucky enough to be able to catch. I thought I was there the other day. What, did I not catch you a couple days ago? Unless I was, yeah, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I missed that one. That is a bummer. Yeah, they live stream once a month approximately. So we'll have to see. They've been on YouTube for 3 years now, and they got another one coming up. So that'll be at the end of this month as well. It seems they do these towards the end of the month. I think they do it on Fridays. At the last Friday of every month, is that the schedule? And then shorts on this channel. So a lot of outdoor content, but they bring us all 4 seasons. I like to point out winter weather when I see it, because I don't think I noticed that before. Global warming is the argument a lot of people have when we get these ice storms and snow literally up to our waist and everything else. Pete and Jason know what that's like. Some of our Canadian friends know what that's like. Kristen Welton, of course. Sometimes we get it bad in Niagara Falls, actually. Handicapped Traveler, their best performing shorts video has that winter weather right there. 2,600, 2,700 live streams we looked at, and then videos. Like I said, they're bringing us travel, but from a certain perspective, and occasionally they do some cooking as well and give us a chance to get to know them. So they've got a couple of premieres set up also. We'll be looking forward to those next week. And then there it is. Yes, last Friday of every month. It takes me a while to get to know some of these schedules, but I start to pick up on the patterns. But anybody can correct me. So this is, I don't say this enough either, but for everybody in the chat, whenever I talk about your channel, if there's things that I miss or something important that you want me to mention, then you can reach out on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and I'll be happy to remember that and start mentioning it later on. or if I make mistakes, I would love to be corrected, because I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. And Handicap Traveler, thank you for another super chat. He's done that countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support from Dan. And then Angie's Oddities is coming up next.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, pardon me. Angie's Oddities has now over 1,200 subscribers. And I'm just going to have a look through their latest videos here. They've got quite a bit of what they're calling announcements. I'm always interested in RVs and like cabins and tiny homes and things like that. I don't know why. When I was a young lad, my parents had a camping trailer like this, and we used to do that on the weekends and like over the summers. My mom worked for the school board, so she had summers off, and we were able to take off for weeks at a time. It's interesting because as soon as I was old enough to not have to go, I don't remember if I was 14, 15, or 16, whatever it was, but I think at 14 years old, when I got into high school, they let me like not have to go with them. I think they made a rule and said if you're working, you don't have to go, but if you're not working, then you have to go. Because I used to get paper routes, and eventually at 15 I got my first job, and 16, but I used to do other little bits of work for people and stuff. But then in my older years, or like, decades later, I'm fascinated with these things, and I feel like I want one so that I can travel through the States and visit a lot of our friends and things like that. But this will be interesting. I'm actually going to take this video right now. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuberchat is that over time I get to know the channels. Over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in live streams and premieres and things like that, I get to know the content. And then I said it a million times, but anybody can reach out anytime. I'm always happy to get to know creators. I usually do that through Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter as well. Shorts over here have got into 8,000, 10,000 views on a couple of these. Not really surprising, even though I know I've, changing my voice while I say that there. Lots of furry friends do really well for everybody. Even I've put out a couple videos like that. Kristen Welton's done well with those, and we see a few other creators doing well with them. Live streams on the channel. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They got one coming up tonight. They'll be live in an hour, so we'll be looking forward to seeing what they've got going on. I'm assuming that these are live streams in a similar way to what we talked about earlier. Many of our friends are doing these where they're like selling on live stream, and that's kind of like an auction, even though they have buy it now for a lot of things as well. They just put things up, show you, talk about it, and then are able to sell it. And that's really, really cool. So Angie's Oddities, I'll be looking forward to catching one of these. I don't know if you'll still be on. It looks like you might, actually, now that I look at the times. They're usually on for 2 or 3 hours, so they might still be on a while after Tuberchat today. We've still got an hour and a half to go, so it's a while. And then we're raiding into Butler Family Farm after, but they might still be on after. So hopefully everybody will connect with Angie's Oddities. And then I see that About That Wallet has come in to help us with our finances and investing. It's Chocolate Drop is back in the house. I'll get them back onto the wheel. For any of our members or moderators, as long as you're active in the chat, I'll make sure that you're on the wheel. But sometimes I move the names off of the wheel if I haven't seen somebody for a while. And then let's spin the wheel.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
I accidentally took Pete off the wheel a while ago. Sometimes I cut his name off the wheel and then I sort it and then put it back at the top, and I must have forgotten to paste it back the last time. So forgive me for that, my dear friend Pete, but he's back on the wheel now. We'll put him back in the pole position and see if that helps. And then create and relate is up on the screen. We all know that it has nothing to do with anything. We never know how long it's going to take to get picked on the Wheel of Doom. Vintage Style by Joe is still in the house. I get the feeling today we might get to more channels than we usually do. And there you go. You have oddities and do sales auctions. Angie's Oddities. That's similar to what we saw from the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff. We got quite a few channels. I'd be surprised if there wasn't at least a dozen channels that do live auctions. And I think it's really cool because you're probably all familiar with the platform Whatnot by now, which is meant for live auctions where you can bid. It's a vertical app similar to TikTok or something like that. But these creators had the foresight to be doing this long before that was a thing, so that's cool. Create and Relate is going to bring a lot of creativity. This creator is working on 600 subscribers right now. I see they got a brand new video. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list. They're using their Cricut machine. That's something that a lot of creators I've seen with that can be used to make either merchandise or things that can be included in merchandise, let's just say. Not to mention a lot of crafting. This creator will do hauls. This creator will bring a lot of crafting supplies. They've got a lot of product reviews. Some of the things have to do with our YouTube journey as well, or filming. They got at least one camera here, lots of lighting, and some other interesting gadgetry. They've got shorts on their channel. These have gotten into 1,000 views, one at 1,400. Which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've been doing some diamond painting up to a couple of months ago. I caught a couple of those, which were really, really cool. We got lots of friends that do diamond painting as well, but they're doing a lot of other crafts, and they'll allow people to connect the same way we do here similarly. So you get an idea on the About page or the About section, all the different things that they're going to bring on their channel. Merchandise will come when they get to 1K, is what they're telling us, which is really cool. And then I'll spin the wheel again. So what we'll do right now, it's time again. We'll take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. We'll look at Jody Genealogy. She's got 2 channels. You know her as Marketplace Boutique as well. Right before we do that break for 3.5 minutes, I'm going to play a clip. These creators are a couple that are from Ireland, but they actually moved to Australia. And before they did that, they were able to speak to me about what was happening, or pardon me, right after they did that, they were able to speak to me about the transition and what it's like. I asked them about filming in different areas, the differences that they noticed. It was kind of a funny story because I had thought they were on vacation, and it turned out that they had moved, and I found that out just before doing the interview. But we've got a few of these episodes now. There's 5 on the channel, a 6th one coming. All of these creators know what it's like to pass 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the color scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff, we thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna skyrocket, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag change.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here? I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
it does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, let's take that break for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. I tried to get out this weekend and do some content for once. I promise you, I procrastinate as much as anybody else. And even though I got a couple of other channels on the go, Superchat takes the forefront all the time. But what I tried to do was get out this weekend, and I've got a GoPro 12 right here. And I've used it before, and for whatever reason, I could not get this thing to hook up for a live stream. I tried 4 times with 2 different phones, and it just wouldn't work. And I thank our friends, especially our moderators, for their patience, because I know that we're hanging out trying to help if it was going to happen. And so because it didn't happen, Michael's Adventures actually had a suggestion. He said, why don't you just go do a video and then you can drop some premieres. So I did go out today and finally got that done. And I had every excuse not to do it. If you could believe, you want to hear ridiculous, and forgive the story time, but you will find it. You'll roll your eyes. Everybody here will find it kind of funny or ridiculous. I drove all the way over, and it's really only 15 minutes. It's barely over 15 minutes from here where we live to the Niagara Falls parking lot where everybody goes, like the big popular place. Niagara Falls is a huge tourist destination. But because the GoPro didn't work the other day, I took the battery out. I drove all the way over there without the battery. And I tried to go early today so that the parking lot wouldn't be packed. Long weekend is today's the busiest day of the year. And I had to go racing back there, wasting all kinds of time. And anybody might have said, oh, forget it, I'm just not going to do it. I'll try to get some of that footage out, but you get to see a lot of the United States while doing those kinds of things. I try to get out and do live streams, never as often as I'm sure everybody would like, and never as often as I should, but once in a while. So I'm going to try Michael's Adventures idea and chop up a few videos. I was out for almost an hour. I can get a few 8-minute videos out of that. Keto Simple, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Jody Genealogy is here, and this is a creator. I mentioned it earlier. She's got another channel called Marketplace Boutique, and she will help us with a lot of buying and selling online, especially platforms like eBay. We'll show that to you in a quick second here. But Jody Genealogy is a newer channel that she had started. Let's have a look at the date here and see if it's been a year yet. Yeah, it has. Oh, actually, it's been much longer than that. Forgive me. I'm not sure how long ago she actually started this channel. Couldn't have been 3. No, yeah, she started doing more videos 6 months ago. So I'm unsure. It doesn't matter. But she's really at it right now and posting frequently. So she's bringing us history, travel, and other adventures here. She's always been known, you'll see in her other channel, to bring variety in shorts videos. And they're starting to move here into 2,800 views, 6,500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And she alternates between both channels when live streaming. She could be on the water, she could be on the road, she could be by the fire, and then she'll collaborate with other creators like Backyard Trucker frequently. I'll show you her other channel, Marketplace Boutique. And this is where she's going to help us with buying and selling online. I see she's got a new avatar too. That looks pretty sharp. Wow. Marketplace Boutique is looking at 2,900 subscribers soon enough. And she's added much more variety onto this channel as well. So you'll see like a kayak adventure or something different. But the majority of what she's doing here is helping us understand how we can make money online by selling on places like eBay. She even takes us shopping. She shows us the mistakes that are made, the things that go wrong, and she talks about how to buy collections of things that can be split up and sold separately for profit while still giving people a good deal. Lots of variety in the shorts videos here, but you can see these have really moved. 27,000, 53,000, 35,000 on another one, and many over 20,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So like I said, she alternates between the two channels when live streaming, but it could be out on an adventure, it could be be on the water, could be on the road, and hopefully everybody will connect with both of her channels, Marketplace Boutique and Jody Genealogy. And of course, she's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then, yeah, it's Chocolate Drop. I've done a lot of eBay myself. Actually, I was running an eBay store, well, helping run an eBay store for somebody else. And then I did a little bit myself. Once it's up and running, it's so easy. It's unbelievable. Truly. And actually, eBay, for the longest time, for many years now, they've had a feature in their app where when you're listing something, you just scan the UPC code. You know, everything's got a UPC code on it. Like, even if I wanted to sell this Kleenex box that I keep here, somewhere there's probably a UPC code. I can't find it, but you know what I mean. And then you just scan, and it has all the information right there. Or when you search on eBay for something that you're going to sell, it says, hey, would you like to sell one of these? Like, have you got one of these to sell? You just click the button, and it basically does almost everything for you. Shipping and listing are very easy, and it just takes the smallest amount of time to get your handle on that. And Jody Genealogy or Marketplace Boutique is going to help that as well. Thank you, The Source. See you soon. And then, yeah, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Oh, she's been selling on eBay since 2002. My dear goodness. Yeah, I've been at it for a while. I only sell things occasionally. Myself personally, I'll sell something like once every 2 months or something like that. eBay changed their thing a long time ago. They used to be connected so much with PayPal. I think it was even the same company for a while, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. But they split off from PayPal, and now what happens is when you sell something, they just drop the money right into your bank account. And it's really, really cool, because if you're looking for another source of income or just little spurts of extra money here and there, or even if you want to take it seriously and run an entire business, lots of people do that as a full-time thing. It's nice to know that like that money just flows. There's no waiting 30 days or any other ridiculous thing we could have to do. But I'll let her explain that to everybody. I only do a small amount of it. I've done lots. I've shipped 1,000 packages. I've listed 2,000 things on eBay, but it was all for somebody else's store, not my own. I just do a few hundred things myself. Crystal Sparkle, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Labor Day. It's Labor Day for us too. It's like the one holiday we share. Thanksgiving's coming up. We'll do it a month and a half before you or something like that. But because she's in Wisconsin. We're actually so close, too. We're really only like hours away. But it's interesting to know that, yeah, it's that far away. And then Crystal Sparkle's just kind of chilling today more than anything else. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're looking at Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol right now. And then Crystal Sparkle is coming up. Yeah, I made a huge mistake when I started with eBay, because I always think like that I'm smarter than I actually am, or I don't know if that's the right way to put it. You know what I mean? Or, you know, I tend to be better than average at most of the things I get involved in. I just stay away from things I can't be good at, right? But when it came to eBay, I jumped too quickly. So I went and learned how to buy from auctions, and I went and I bought about 400 DVDs and a couple of video games and some CDs and stuff like this, because I thought, well, I know that stuff and I should be able to sell it. But what I didn't have enough experience yet to understand is that nobody's going to buy a DVD or a Blu-ray from me for $10 and then pay $20 to ship it, because shipping in Canada is one of the things that we are way overcharged with. And that's not just me whining and complaining this time. We really do get hosed on a few things, and taxes on flights and things like that. Flights and airfare is atrocious in Canada, and postage is unbelievable. We don't have media mail like our American friends, where you can sell records and books and magazines to each other for like $3. We don't have that. If I want to send something to Pete or Jason or even Kristen Welton, it's going to cost me over $10, if you can imagine. We're in Canada. I'm talking Canadian dollars, but still, it's nonsense. So that was my mistake. But I'm happy to share all of my mistakes with everybody as well so that you can avoid those. They call me sister. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Brun Free came in recently. They're a longtime friend as well. They're in Australia. And then Angie's Oddities, Crystal Sparkle is in Wisconsin. Jeremy D-Day is in Wisconsin as well. That's JD Knight 7. He wasn't here today, but he's here almost every stream. We're going to look at Crystal Sparkle in a moment, and I'll show you something about Wisconsin when we look at her channel. Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to help us with a lot of budget-friendly ideas. You can read about their channel in their About section. Their channel's all about surviving on Social Security after retirement. So you can get an idea of the budget-friendly ideas we're going to find here. And then a little bit of either cooking or getting things together there. Some growing of our own food, which is a great idea. Something I don't do right this second, but aspire to at some point. And then shorts on this channel. I've gotten into 200 views on the way towards 300 and on the way towards 400, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now, hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these because it's been a few weeks. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol has got 700 subscribers, 707 right now. We'd love to push them towards the 800 there. We know they're thinking about. I'm going to show you a website for a second here. Now, I don't know how this works because I'm in Canada, and it says Canada's #1 e-commerce shipping. I don't know if that's a targeted ad because I'm in Canada. This is what I use now. One of our moderators, Scott from Rambling with the Brooms, told me about this, and it's like half the price of everything else. So I don't know where they came out of. I used to use Shippo, like as in hippopotamus. Shippo, it's called. But Stallion Express takes the cake there. So when you're sending something, especially something so expensive across the border, it's possible that there's other services out there that can really get a better deal. And it's a long, convoluted story as to how they get that done, but we're just happy enough that they get it done. So that's an idea. And then time is always one of the biggest things. Oh, pirate ship is something that's popular as well. I've seen that. And then if, whenever sending something, of course, we want to pack as carefully as possible so things don't break. Weight is always a thing. Size is always a thing. Jody Genealogy can help us with all of this on Marketplace Boutique, but time can help as well. When you don't have to rush, that's the best way. I start thinking about Christmas and stuff. I'm thinking about Christmas already, but the idea that if I have to send things to faraway places, they get sent in November, so that they're there long before Christmas, and I don't have to worry about holdups and stuff like that. And there you go. Yeah, Brun Free, no surprise that it costs quite a few dollars to send things. Wheatsart, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's a longtime friend with a couple channels as well. Wheat and Shaw is their original channel. Oh, yeah, Crafty Witch 232, $150 if it went FedEx. And then, forgive me, because I don't want to do too much story time. I've already been at it too much today. But I will tell you something that I did as a mistake when I was really young. So 18, 19, 20 years old, when I was just becoming a DJ. What happened is I found out that I could order music from the United States. There was no Spotify, there was no online streaming, there was no online anything. The internet had the World Wide Web just barely started. But I ordered a bunch of records, the 7-inch records that have like one song at a time and some cassette tapes and everything. I ordered, if you can imagine, in 1990, I was working full time, $450 worth of music I ordered from the States, if I remember right. I got a phone call while I was expecting it to arrive, and it was the border calling me to say, hey, you owe some duty. It's $75. I spent all my money. I didn't have it. I think I had to borrow it off my dad or something like that or whatever. But that was a lesson learned. And then later in life, in 1996, I tell everybody I worked on a cruise ship. That's a true story. I took 2 crates of vinyl records with me. Like DJs used to carry around those huge records and everything. And the airline wanted to charge me, I think it was $70 or $75 per crate to put them on the plane. And I was so lucky because they just must have felt bad for me or something, not knowing. And they let me go. So I was 23 at the time. And they just let me go with them, which was great. And I had a friend send me some records while I was in the States. I got a mailbox in Bermuda because my cruise ship was going from Manhattan to Bermuda every week. And I don't remember how much. I think it costed $50 or something like that. And I'm talking in 1996. Imagine what that must have been like. I'm talking Canadian, so it's less than American by about 30%, but still, ouch. So I said, no more, no more of that. So I try to be very careful, and obviously we've come a long way since then. But we have to be careful when we're sending things. There's a lot to learn. Thank goodness we have some friends here who can help us with that stuff.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Oh, Gloria's platter, my dear goodness. Oh, that's horrifying. I had something that I ordered not too long ago. Since I'm in Canada, we have a Canadian version of Amazon, so it's just amazon.ca. Many, if you do .co.uk, you go to the United Kingdom and this and that. But we can still order from the other areas of the world if we go to their websites, right? So I went to Amazon.com to get something specific, and I've had luck with that before. But what I ordered just disappeared. It just, the tracking just stopped as if it was stuck a couple of hours away from my city or whatever. And I said, okay, well, let's wait this out. And I got my refund, so it was no problem, but I have no idea if they were stolen or disappeared or fell between the seats in some driver's van or something like that. I don't know. But thank goodness there's a bit of that can help. Yeah, Gloria's platter. That's really unfortunate. I hope that gets sorted some way. Crystal Sparkle's up on the screen. I had an alarm on my phone there. Michael's Adventures has been putting out a lot of shout-out videos today. Just short ones, but kind shout-outs for other creators. He celebrated a birthday last week and wanted to return some love for that, but I know he would have put out a short or another video for myself actually right now. We've been dear friends for over 5 years now, so I appreciate that. But I had an alarm on my phone, so I'd remember to have a look at that. So what I'm going to do is get Michael's Adventures channel ready, but we're going to go back to Crystal Sparkle right now, and then we'll look at that in a quick second, and I'll show you what he's been up to. So Crystal Sparkle, like I said, is from Wisconsin. As far as I'm not sure if they're from Wisconsin or they live in Wisconsin, but I think so. And forgive me for not being certain about that, but I'll show you something interesting in a moment. Now, Crystal Sparkle's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in Tuber Chat ever since finding us. And she just dropped another super chat. So forgive me if I didn't already thank you for that. But thank you for the extra generous support. She's done that countless times before. I wouldn't be able to even guess how many times she's done that. And she took over our stream boss position. You notice under my camera here, there's a video game life meter. And it says Crystal Sparkle right now. She's held that position before, but she just took over. Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock him out and take over gets some extra exposure. Wormstrong Adventures is in the house. That's Bill. And as far as I understand, he's on a ship right now. They left from Greece on the weekend. I think it was Saturday. And I caught his live stream from the sail away party. So thank you for coming in. Warmstrong Adventures over all these years has, I think he's been with us for 3 years now, but it's 2 for sure. He is always, even when he's on a cruise, takes the time to support other creators. I can't tell you how many times he's been on a cruise while coming into Tuber Chat. And luckily I follow him on Facebook and probably Instagram as well. I forget all the places we're connected, but he's been over the top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. But I'm glad that that's going on. I'm fully jealous, of course, but looking forward to even more footage. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is there. Edna's World is on the same cruise right now. So we'll be looking forward to more from Warmstrong Adventure. They call me sister. Good to see you in the house, Timmy. The racing channel is here. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, I just put on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Now forgive me. So Crystal Sparkle, what they're doing more than anything else is bringing us to conventions and other events that are very much cosplay or especially My Little Pony focused. And they have been with us for I forget how long now, but it is quite some time. I don't think it's 2 years, but it is, yeah, a year for sure. But I think much longer than a year, but I could be mistaken. Now, Crystal Sparkle's at 1,500 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,600. We know that they're thinking about. They bring more variety into their shorts videos, but some of these are in line with the long form content as well. A lot of these heading out to those conventions. And then they've got a couple of these that are really moving, 3,300, 3,400, one at 18,000, which is great to see. There's a cruise ship right there. And then live streams on the channel. So I see they did a couple of live streams a month ago. I wish I caught you for those. I caught you right before that for another one. And then look at this book collection, if that's what they got going on. They said they were reading today, as a matter of fact. I want to show you this live stream, though. I managed to catch this. I can't remember if I caught it. Well, I wouldn't have caught it while you were live. I'm unsure. I might have been on YouTube during New Year's Eve. I can't remember for the life of me. But this is really cool. If you haven't seen what they do in Wisconsin, in Wisconsin for New Year's, the only reason I know is from this video. But I must have watched this after. But this is really cool. So I'm glad that they were able to catch that, and hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle. So it's great to know you're not far. One of these days, it's going to be a long time. I took a new full-time job and can't get over the border for vacation time for till next summer, let's say 9 months from now. But as soon as I can, I'm hoping, Kristen and I haven't been over there in the longest time, I'm hoping that we'll be able to come over and then maybe do some kind of a trip where we can visit a bunch of our YouTube friends. And then Cruise Bolero is going to come up in a second. I said we were going to look at Michael's adventures. But Crystal Sparkle, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So look at this. Michael's Adventures has been with us for 5 years. He's a moderator on this channel. He's here for just about every single stream, and for the last, I think, year, has been here for every single one for 3 hours every time. Pretty close to it anyway. And still, the search results are not making him #1 for me, which is ridiculous. So that's me whining and complaining now. But YouTube, I don't know why they have to play with the algorithm and do these things that don't make sense at times. I think if you're subscribed to a channel, it should come up first. You know, if they want to play with the rest of the search results, that's fine. So Michael's Adventures has actually been doing a lot of shout outs just today. He celebrated a birthday last week, so he's been doing a lot of shout outs. There's 5 of them here so far. I hope everybody will check these out. But look, Crafty Witch 232 is there. Kristen Welton's here. Myself, thank you for this, Michael. I think he's looking at, are those CDs or DVDs right there, actually? I'm going to put this video into my watch later list so I can make sure I catch that. And Michael's Adventures actually premieres just about every single day. So he focuses a lot on wildlife. He's got raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums. He premieres every single day at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes he does walk and talk videos. Oh, here's one he did actually for his for his birthday in the middle of the day. Yes. I'll put that in my catch-up list so I make sure I run that. But sometimes he does these. He's been known to scratch lottery tickets occasionally or play a game on a tablet, like a slot type of casino game, which is cool. And then otherwise a lot of outdoor footage. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. Working on 1,800 subscribers now, which is great to see. And he is a longtime dear friend. Like I said, he's been with us for like 5 years now. All of our moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, Timmy the Racing Channel. I didn't realize how long it's been since I did a live stream. We already lost monetization on that channel once and had to get it back. I'm going to run into the same problem again if I don't hurry up. So I'll try to figure that out and find a way we can do a live stream after a Tuber Chat episode sometime soon. Timmy the Racing Channel is talking about our copyright-free music channel. You can find that at the bottom of the front page of Tuber Chat if you're looking for it. And then Cruz Bolero's up on the screen right now. This is another creator who's here with us frequently, just about every stream. I know not everybody can be, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream, but I appreciate every moment. I just like to recognize it from time to time when we see people here regularly. Amfield Road Layout in the Loft, thank you for the time that you spent today as well. They're here with us all the time also. Cruz Bolero's working on 700 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They are going to bring us cruising content when they can, other travel content or stories to be told. In the meantime, a little bit of food. I always notice pizza as soon as I see it in somebody's thumbnail. And then they've done live streams in the past. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for, every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then, yeah, Glorious Platter. I thought I turned the alarm off, but I accidentally swiped it away, so it came on again. Now, Scratch and Pete PA, we're going to look at in a moment.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Scratch and Pete PA is back from Italy. He was away for a month. He's been there before. He's brought us a lot of content from there as well. A lot of people would be excited to know he expanded his content on his channel a couple of years ago when he took another trip to Italy. He brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, some Italian lottery tickets. His very first live stream was included in that. Now, Scratch and Pete PA is a beloved and dedicated moderator here, literally known as a shining jewel in this family. And his impact here, so much so, results in people reaching out, literally sending messages to say, hey, Kevin and Pete, because he's been here over 800 times for the entirety of our streams. They used to be an hour and a half. They moved to 2 hours. They've expanded now to 3 hours, if you can imagine that. And hopefully everybody will connect with him, because everybody who is connected to Scratch and PPA will say he is one of their most supportive creators, or most supportive supporters, let's just say. When we look at his channel, he's closing in on 2,500 subscribers. He will be looking at that milestone pretty soon. And this creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This fellow Canadian has presentation at the forefront of his mind with his channel. You can see his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, of course. But he gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen on his channel as well. His banner's updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. If you watch his videos closely, you'll notice the different mechanics of the different scratch tickets cause him to change up the video sometimes. For the last month, while he was away, he was dropping a different kind of video called Double Summer Fun as a series. And he was still never missed a day. He has not missed a day since he started, or a week since he started. Tuesdays at 12:15 Eastern. There is always a premiere. If not, there's a video, but it's perfect consistency from this creator. So he's got one coming up tomorrow. Voting is back. The premiere is back. I hope everybody will visit his channel and follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. That's where we vote to see what is going to be included in the content of the next week's video. This week actually features two of my favorite scratch tickets. I don't scratch a lot of lottery tickets, but I do at least a few a year whenever they're either given to me, or if I just get some kind of an itch, I might buy a couple. But I like these crossword and bingo tickets. I'm in Canada and obviously only a couple hours away from Pete, so I recognize most of the tickets, if not all the tickets. This is probably my favorite. Cash for Life. I haven't actually scratched as many of those as you would think, considering I'm saying it's my favorite, but those are amazing. That's $1,000 a week for life. Now, I don't know the truth whether you take a payout on it or what you do, but either way, that sounds glorious. And then these crossword and bingo tickets are really fun, in my opinion. So hopefully everybody will check those out. He premieres, like I said, every Tuesday, including tomorrow. If you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we've got going on here, faster than almost any other. He rivals those of Hilda DC, Jesse Journals, and Unboxes, Butler Family Farm, and a few select others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So, hopefully we'll see everybody there tomorrow. I'll be working, but I'm going to try to peek in. I think I can make it. And then, hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. And we will spin the wheel and get another channel ready to go. I see Sister Winnie in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Yeah, I never know afterwards, Pete. I never know what I forget, and I think about it afterwards. Yeah, I say the same things about everybody's channel so often, and then I forget some of the stuff, and then I realize months later, like, oh, I've been forgetting to mention this thing. But what we're looking at right now is Jesse Journals and Unboxes. This is a creator that has had content evolve over the years as well. She's been with us about 5 years. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. She has unboxed just about anything that can be unboxed, right? So whether we're talking about snacks, jewelry, books, crafting supplies, stationery, basically you name it. Some of what she does comes from subscription services like mystery unboxing videos, but she also does hauls, or she might collaborate with other creators. She's got some Happy Mail on the channel. Lately, what she's doing is showing us much more of what she's creating with the things that she's unboxing. This is where journals and collages come into play on the channel frequently, and still with unboxing videos. She premieres every week at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, and this creator always has a fast-paced, high-energy chat like I was mentioning. Her latest video, 99 views right now, and she just put that out yesterday. I talk about this often. there's lots of different milestones. We think about subscribers all the time, but there's other things that I know are exciting for creators. Like when you get to a point that every video you put out is going to get 100 views. You don't even have to think about it anymore, and it doesn't even matter what kind of video you put out. I promise you, it's a wonderful feeling to have that, to know that your channel is so strong, so solid, and you've done so much good that's the case. Because the next milestone obviously is 200 views, 1,000 views, and then it continues from there. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes has also passed 2,500 subscribers a while ago, and they'll be working on 2,600 now. This creator's got shorts on her channel that feature all of the things, well, a lot of the things that she finds in the unboxing video. So you see like bath and beauty products here, washi tape over here, jewelry, snacks, stationery, crafting supplies, and then live streams. These are occasional, but this is the kind of creator who can go live whenever she wants. She'll have a flood of support in the chat because of how much she does for other people. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Travel Off Book, good to see you here. Consume the Goodness, I'm not sure if I said hello. I know you've been here for a while. I did get you on the wheel as soon as I saw you. And there you go. Yeah, Michael's Adventures has a Powerball ticket. So definitely good luck on that. Wouldn't it be wonderful? I don't know how often that gets as high as 1.5 billion, but I remember hearing about that. And then, yeah, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's take one more break, but we'll make this a really quick one. Just to give our voice a rest, we can grab a drink, do the things we need to do. Let's go for 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to come right back. I'm just spinning the wheel to see what the channel is that we're going to look at next, and we'll get to as many as we can in the next 40 minutes or so. And then we're going to go over and raid into Butler Family Farm. We're going to find out how their cruise was. They just went to Alaska and have just got back. And then we're going to look at Chocolate Drop in a few minutes here. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at It's Chocolate Drop. This is a longtime dear friend. They just slightly changed their name. It was Chocolate Drop all this time. They've added It's Chocolate Drop, but I think they've changed up their About section too, and I could be mistaken about that, but they've got a few things on their channel. You can see from the thumbnails alone, they're always laughing, they're always smiling, they're always having a good time. And It's Chocolate Drop has been with us for a few years as well. They're working on 1,700 subscribers right now. What I've seen from them more than anything else are either cooking videos and a lot of CVS tours. I'm in Canada, but I do know what CVS is. I've been there a few times. I've been lucky enough to have crossed the border probably 150 times, somewhere around there. I'm unsure. But I've seen some of the things that our American friends get to enjoy. So It's Chocolate Drop has got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into, 12,000 views, 13,000 views. One of them at 51,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've got one coming up. They're going to be on tonight. And that'll be a couple hours from now. So that'll be a little while after Butler Family Farm finishes. But we know that they'll be on, so hopefully I'll catch this. I've got the notification bell on, and what I've seen from them lately in the live streams that I've caught is that they've been in the kitchen. They're always cooking up a storm. Look at all the different things that they're making here. But you see what I mean? She's always laughing, always smiling, always having a good time. And she does a good job of keeping up with the chat while she's doing everything as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with It's Chocolate Drop. And you'll notice she's more than once called me Mr. Customer Service. That's a inside joke that we've had going on for a few years now. I'm sure it's just because of my speaking style. But one of the most heartwarming things that I've found on YouTube, most people will say that their favorite thing on YouTube is the friendships that are made, but I always find it wonderful when I go into somebody's premiere or live stream in the live chat and I see the inside jokes that other creators have with each other, and that, tells you friendships are truly flourishing. This is what makes this whole thing work, so I'm always happy to see that. There's Butler Family Farm right there. They've got a live stream coming up. I'll start dropping the link for that in about 20 minutes from now. They'll be on at 6:45 Eastern, and we will probably roll over them for about 15 minutes, but then we'll run into their live stream. I know they're going to meet up with Tim Mitchell and Chef Stevie later tonight too, which is really cool. Yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. She started calling me that right from the beginning. A Simple Family Lifestyle is still in the house. I did say I was going to put them on the wheel, so I've got them on there now. We'll spin and we'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Oh, It's Chocolate Drop. Forgive me, you have another channel. Okay, pardon me, Lewis Acre Farm Karma. We're going to come to you in a quick second here. Oh, for the life of me, I hope I can remember this. This is it. Drop to Coop Slots. Yes. Forgive me, I don't know why I keep forgetting about this. I've known Chocolate Drop, obviously, here from the Superchat family for so long, but did not realize that they had another channel when they started this. So that's been a year already, but they just recently let me know about this. So hopefully everybody will catch them on this channel as well. Drop the Coop Slots. We got lots of friends with slot game or casino gaming channels as well. 94 subscribers right now. We'd love to get them to the first 100 because we know that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, one of them's got 2,000 views on it already, which is great to see. And they did a live stream last year. I'm sure they'll do another one at some point. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then, yeah, I wondered about that Butler Family Farm. I figured they must be hanging out in Seattle for the live stream, because just been a week that they were out in Alaska, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So, Lewis Acre Farm Karma is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that's got a few different things going on their channel. They tend to do series. They've got this one called Your Thoughts for Thursday. There's a lot of spiritual inspiration that makes its way into this. You'll notice that they mention on their banner faith, hope, love. It's all positivity here. So they give you an idea of what to expect on their About section. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see more variety, but typical of a homesteading channel, lots of outdoor content, and then some furry friends there that have helped out. 1,500, 2,500, 6,200 views on one of these, and live streams. This is another channel where the magic really happens here more than anything else. They tend to do panels on Tuesday. We never know who's going to join them. There's Scott right there from Rambling with the Brooms. He was on that cruise as well with Lazy Days Ahead and Jesse and Lisa and Butler Family Farm, and I'm unsure who else was there. And then when we look at their live streams, we know they've got series. So Meet Me Monday is where they do interviews and they introduce us to other channels. And I've been lucky to have been a part of that as well. So we did an interview a while back, and Lewis Acre Farm Karma did a great job of coming up with different ideas for us to talk about than I usually do on other people's channels. And it was really considerate and thoughtful. They do open panel on Tuesday. And then, like I said, they've got series of videos, Your Thoughts for Thursday. I've got notifications on for all of these Tuesday ones, and we'll likely see those Monday. Introductions continuing. And anybody can reach out, of course, to Lewis Acre Farm Karma, because I know they're looking for more guests, or I'm pretty sure they are. And then thank you, Drop the Coop Slots, an extra like from the other channel. That's its chocolate drop. And then Alvin T. Watkins has another channel called Awesome Alvin. So we'll be looking forward to checking that out. Here in Tuber Chat, we don't always get to every channel in the chat every day. We get to as many channels as we can. Sometimes we're able to get to everybody. I don't think we're quite going to do it today, but we still have a half an hour. So it's plenty of time to put plenty of channels on the screen. If I don't get too far into personal story time, which I'll try to avoid, then we'll get to more channels.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Of course, Canadian Family Life's been put on the wheel, and I'll move as quickly as I can now. It's plenty of time. We should get lots of channels on the screen now. Consume the Goodness is up here. This is Kendra. You probably recognize her. She's been featured on other channels as well. She's going to bring healthy lifestyle, faith-based motivation, skills, skits. Yes, I was wondering what that was. Skits. I've seen her do some pretty hilarious things on the channel. A lot of fitness as well. Keto carnivore meal ideas. And Consume the Goodness is somebody who is incredibly supportive to everybody as well. So they're here with us for just about every stream on Tuber Chat, but I see them out in other people's premieres and live streams in the chat. I run into them constantly. Just Jason Keto's done many collaborations with her. And then Consume the Goodness is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel include some really interesting ideas, like this pizza short. I know I always mention pizza, but this is a really cool kind of keto idea. Healthier than something I would typically pick up or make. But this creator as well has gotten into 13,000, 55,000, even 71,000 views on one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live streaming frequently, usually at least a couple times a week. But like I said, they've been featured on lots of other channels. There's Jason right there. And you can see this creator's always doing different things. So gameplay here, working out. They give us a chance to get to know them. celebrating birthdays, giveaways, and shout outs for other creators as well. So you'll likely meet more friends while you're over there with Kendra and consume the goodness. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator and get some of her support coming back to you as well. And then let's spin the wheel. Fever Dream Animation is coming up right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Fever Dream Animation has brand new content coming out right now. They're literally dropping a premiere as we speak. This creator will give you information on their About section, exactly what is a fever dream. And Fever Dream Animation is going to bring us a lot of classic film. Actually, this channel's been mentioned as being underrated more than once by different people, which is interesting to know. So I know people are enjoying the classic film that they're finding here. They post frequently. I think they post every day. And then shorts on this channel, when we look at the popular tab, we see that they've gotten into 1,300, 1,700 views on a few of these. And it looks like they might have even some outdoor content as well as some of the animations that they're bringing. So they're really mixing things up now, which is great to see as well. And it looks like, they're still on almost every single day, dropping some kind of a video. And you can see they're approaching 500 videos on the channel as well. Let's spin the wheel. Yeah, I haven't talked about Hype today, that feature. I want to call it a new feature. It's not that it's new, it's just it's rolling out right now. It's been around for a few people apparently already. We've seen it on a few channels now. Apparently it resets on Monday. Canadian Family Life has got it. I think Just Jason Keto has got it. I'm still uncertain about exactly how some of this works because I blew through my Hype last week. On my personal channel. Hype is only on the phone. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes pointed out the other day, it's possible that it happens after you hit the thumbs up. So you might have to like a video before the hype pops up so that you can use it. I'll let her explain in the chat if there's a better way to describe how that works, because I haven't seen that personally yet myself. And then Just Jason Keto says his videos can be hyped, but he can't type others' videos. And I wonder if that's it. I wonder if it's because of that thumbs up situation, because Jesse Journals and Unboxes pointed that out, and I think I've got a handle on what they mean, but I'm uncertain. The Supreme View, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that comes from the Pacific Northwest, and they got a few different things happening on their channel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, Canadian Family Life says the hype is there before you like a video. You need to scroll over to it. So yeah, it comes up beside the super chat button, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I've only used it the 3 times, and that was many days ago. I blew through it as soon as we heard about it, because you can only do it 3 times a week right now. They've changed up the ideas about this. If you go to the Creator Insider channel, and I'll type this in the chat. Creator Insider channel. That's a channel that's run by YouTube. We should all be subscribed to that channel and watching every video they come out with, because they talk about new features and it's directly from the YouTube people, right? If you go there and search right now, you're going to find at least 3 videos, maybe 4 now, talking about the hype feature. So you can get an idea of the changes that have already happened and what they've said it's going to be able to do. My understanding is that they might at some point allow people to pay more money to hype more videos, but I'm unsure about that. Right now they cap it at 3 and it's free. And the biggest thing that we can notice that I watched in the latest video is talking about the idea that if channels have up to 500,000 subscribers or thereabouts, they're going to get a lot less hype points than channels with smaller amounts of subscribers. So a brand new channel or somebody who's just entered the partner program, for instance, might get 7,500 points, let's just say, but a channel with 500,000 subscribers might only get 50 points for a hype, because they're trying to level the playing field. So forgive me while I roll my eyes while I mention that, because I have a hard time believing they're ever going to do anything that helps channels that are in the beginnings, but I don't mean to be so negative. You know what I mean, though. We've been banging our head against the wall for years over this. It would be nice if that's the case, so I should try to be more cautiously optimistic about it, but we'll see. And thank you, everybody, for the insight as well, because we're all still learning about this. Isn't a perfect example when I say I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day. I'm still learning about that feature right now. When I find a way to put it on the screen, I'll do that for everybody. I just haven't tried yet. And then Rushing When Mounted from the Pacific Northwest. The creator behind this channel is Ruby. They've been a long-time dear friend. They've been with us for pretty much the beginning as well, 4 or 5 years by now. This creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Their videos can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. So my recommendation is to pick something much longer than the latest video, 1 minute, to connect with, because we're always looking for videos that are at least 3 minutes. We watch the video from beginning to end and leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. If you scroll a little bit, you'll find plenty of videos that are perfect to connect with here. They bring a mix of pleasing audio and pleasing visuals that focus on nature and wildlife. This creator has got shorts on their channel with some humorous moments as well, especially with the wildlife here, getting into 11,000, 13,000, 16,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've experimented many times with both landscape or portrait or vertical or horizontal live streams, and it's more of a mix of pleasing audio and pleasing visuals, featuring nature more than anything else. But I noticed as well today that they gave us a shout out here, because I looked at my notifications and I saw this, so I wanted to put a focus on this. But look at how they're sharing for other people, which is great to see. But thank you so much for the share today, because they mentioned that, and anybody seeing that looking to grow your channel, obviously that's going to be enticing to anybody who is. Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. I'm going to get your channel onto the wheel right now. It's time for me to spin.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Canadian Family Life is up on the screen. Outgoing Azzy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Canadian Family Life, we see a channel from New Brunswick that's really focused on family. The whole family gets involved in the channel. Tiffany lately has been doing a lot of cooking, a lot of baking, but the channel's also known for food bank grocery hauls. And then shout outs for other creators, product reviews, especially more and more lately. She's done some vlogging on the channel, and her husband gets involved. Sometimes they do a challenge cooking between husband and wife. Sometimes he's helping with the product reviews, and his personal channel, Chris's Creation Fun, is where he does some do-it-yourself videos, including 3D printing and working on some solar equipment as well. When we look at shorts on Canadian Family Life, we're going to see that this creator's gotten into 2,800, 4,100, 5,600 views, and again with some winter weather there because they can bring us all 4 seasons. And then live streams on the channel as well. Tiffany just did one yesterday. It was great to see that. This creator goes live occasionally, but she's another one who can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in the chat because of all she does for other creators. I run into her every day supporting somebody when I'm doing the same, bouncing in between premieres and live streams in the chats. Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Superchat family, getting to her first 3,000 within just barely over a year, which is great to see. Oh yeah, I wonder about that. Actually, Tiffany, because you mentioned it in your live stream yesterday, you notice I updated the Maple Leafs again this year for our autumn theme, if we want to put it that way. But I'm curious to know, as well as Pete just asked, if you did that. A Simple Family Lifestyle is coming up. Let's take one more break for today. We'll make this one another quick one. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. I'll drop the link for Butler Family Farm. They're coming on in 15 minutes. We'll raid over there as well. Simply Shyla, good to see you in the house. And please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. If there's a better way to pronounce that, please try to let me know in the chat. If not, I'll say Simply Shyla. And let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back with A Simple Family Lifestyle.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So we're looking at a simple family lifestyle right now. And thank you, Simply Shayla, I understand. And thank you, Drop to Coop Slots, for grabbing that. It's Chocolate Drop with a second channel there. A Simple Family Lifestyle is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they let us know they're bringing us lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, as well as some motivational quotes and more. So it's great to see positivity being shared. They've got another video here. I'm surprised I haven't been through that one already. I must have not put that in my catch-up list the other day. A Simple Family Lifestyle has been with us for just about every stream lately, and I appreciate that. I know not everybody can be. I appreciate every moment, of course, but this creator's closing in on 400 subscribers soon enough. They're more than halfway there. We always say you're officially on a road when you pass a 100 milestone, and they're more than halfway on the road to 400 subscribers. So hopefully we can get them a little bit closer to that milestone today, and then we'll look at shorts on this channel. And pardon me just for a second, I'll be right back. Oh goodness, pardon me for that. I almost sneezed all over my stream deck there. You almost got it right into the microphone as well. Simple Family Lifestyle has got shorts on their channel. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,900 views, one at 2,500, one at 3,700, and they're still moving. We know that because they're all out of order here. So that's great to know. And this creator's got some live streams happening. They're doing what a lot of creators would have called silent live streams a long time ago. And what a lot of creators are doing is setting up these streams where they're kind of relaxing, really chilling. Aquariums lend themselves perfectly to this kind of idea, and then people can usually come in and out and connect with each other. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Crafty Witch 232 is coming up. This is Andy. This is another creator who's on just about every single day. I've dropped a link, by the way, for Butler Family Farm, so their live stream has already started, and I will come over there after Tuber Chat as well. We'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes after we get through our channels here, and that will let everybody clean up their connections here before we go over. But we will be able to connect with people the same way we do here while we're over in Butler Family Farm. It'll be really fast-paced today because they've been really consistent as well. They live stream every Monday at the same time, and they just got back from a cruise. They just must have got back today or yesterday to Seattle. And then we're going to hear all about the cruise, I'm sure, while we're over there, and I've been looking forward to that. Simply Shayla. So our instructions are always in our video descriptions, but basically what you do is start with a conversation. Making the first move is always the best idea. Most people will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat. They might say hello, but they're not going to jump onto your channel right away. So what we do is make the first move, reach out. A simple hello can make that happen, and then once you've got somebody's attention, you can head to their channel and watch a video of at least 3 minutes from beginning to end. Important that we watch the full video. You're free to leave here and come back, of course. That's what we're always doing. Leave a meaningful, genuine comment. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences. Then give a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on, and come back into the chat here, let them know you've done all of those things for them. They will turn around and do the same thing for you. Most of the people you're going to meet here have been here many times before. And then Logan Lewis, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I believe that is Logan Lewis from Lewis Acre Farm Karma, if I'm not mistaken. And then Frostina's mom, good to see you in the house. In the 3 lower screens, so in the middle is what they call an event list, I believe. It's a plugin from Streamlabs, so things like Super Chats and membership drops will go into that list and give people a little bit of exposure. On the sides are screenshots of channels for members and moderators. That's something that I do but don't advertise. So like what we got to think about when we're offering memberships and what we're going to do for super chats and things like that, if we're going to do them, is, in my opinion, in all things in life, it's best to give much more than, first of all, we expect to receive, but secondly, give much more than we promise, right? So it's one thing to say, hey, here's all the things that are going to happen if you're a member. It's another thing to add things that people weren't expecting so that they can feel like they've gotten more value. So those are just screenshots, like I said, of people's channels. They got to be updated. They're kind of out of date for a couple months here. I try to do them every 2 or 3 months, but actually working on those. I was working on them today. I'll get them updated, but that's an idea of what they are. And then Logan Lewis, yeah, the other half of Lewis Acre Farm Karma. I saw you subscribed 20 minutes ago, so thank you for waiting that out. I promise you that feature really helps. Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen, and this creator's closing in. They're going to have 3,000 subscribers any moment now. They are monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a few videos here for us to see, and you get a small idea of some of the things they're going to make, but they let us know they literally craft all the things. They cross-stitch, crochet, 3D print, they make jewelry, they do perler beads, and there's a lot of sewing on the channel. When we look at shorts over here, we get an idea of a lot of things they're making, including 3D printing and crochet, usually as a mix. And then when we click on the popular tab, we see a few more pop culture references here, getting into 10,000 and 14,000 views on these. One of the things that we know about this creator is that they're selling a lot of the things that they make, which is cool. And they're on every day creating and creating and creating, almost every single, I say night because I'm in the Eastern time zone. They're usually on after Tuber Chat, but we have a chance to catch them, and some of their streams literally go on for hours. I think they did a 7-hour one. And then Real Ms. Hides TV, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They're a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away, and I'm going to spin. I took Butler Family Farm off the wheel, but we'll make that the last channel that we look at because we're going to raid into their live stream in about 5 more minutes from now. I'll drop the link again. Anybody can head over there whenever you would like. Please say Tuber Chat Raid when you're there. We can all go over together right after Tuber Chat. I'll leave this stream running for an extra 3 minutes, and then I'll come over there as well. Takes them a few minutes to get started with their introductions because they got a pretty fast-paced live stream as well. So Real Ms. Hides TV is up on the screen for the first time. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That is, or pardon me, my watch later list. That's a private playlist we all have so that we can line up videos to watch. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I see that it's gameplay from Manhunt, if I understand right. I haven't played that game, but I've seen it a million times. I think that's what you're doing here. And then I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on after I leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of this gameplay video. I see you've got shorts on the channel and live streams as well, and then our connection will be solid, and hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I'm going to put 2 more channels on the chat right now, are on the wheel right now. We're going to get Palazzo Place and Maritz's Yarn and Crafts onto the wheel. I'll spin. There's Vintage Style by Joe. I wasn't certain if you're still here. I knew you were a few minutes ago. And I'll rifle through these channels. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us a long time, several years. We'll see what they've got going on.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Vintage Style by Joe is coming up next. When we look at Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, we see a creator that's obviously going to bring us a lot of creativity. We see yarn, we see other crafting supplies here. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. Looks like that one's from a haul, which is interesting to see. And they'll give us information on their about section between the crochet, sewing, drawing, painting, gardening, thrifting, travel when it comes up, shorts on the channel as well. And these have gotten into 900 views, 1,700 on one, which is great. And it's wonderful to know that they're putting out more shorts now, because I remember when they had the very first one here. So Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, it's great to see the content still evolving, and they, like I said, are another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Vintage Style by Joe is here. This is a channel that's going to be featured within the next couple of streams. Pardon me just for a quick second here. I'm allergic to everything, and my allergies are on me like all the time. Vintage Style by Joe is going to bring a lot of colorful and vibrant ideas on their channel. And for the life of me, I can't remember. I think Pete said you didn't hear it the other day. This latest video that I watched, I'm going to put this up for a second just because I want to show you something. So see this pattern that she's got here with all the different things that she's using. I keep referring to quilting whenever I see squares and triangles because I don't do any of it, and we've got lots of friends that do quilting. But Vintage Style by Joe is making a lot of beautiful things with scraps of materials and fabrics. Look at this pillow. And I wish you heard me the other day. My mic cut out. I must have hit something and it just muted and I couldn't get it back. But this pillow, I was saying, is just beautiful. And when I think about, I've mentioned my love of like cabins and tiny homes, and even today we're looking at camping trailers and things like that. But if I had a cottage, I would be begging you to let me buy this pillow to put that, because it's the perfect thing. I imagine all different colors. But Vintage Style by Joe is somebody who's been making beautiful, vibrant, and colorful things with scraps of fabric and materials that otherwise might have been passed by. And it's interesting how they can make some wonderful things for their home. They take plain, ordinary things, like I've seen them take a garbage can, right? Or a trash can that is meant just for the sewing room, or whatever, but they put, beautiful materials and color. They measure, they cut, they sew, and turn it into something wonderful and personalized. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500, 2,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. This creator I've caught many times, but hopefully I'll catch you again. I didn't realize it's already been a month. They've got... they seem to be doing these at least once a week. It looks like more often twice a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. They are... you made a red one as well. I figured you probably might have. It might have been something you were doing as a either collection or just doing it in pairs. Because anybody would say probably the same thing I did. As soon as they see it, I'd love that in this color. I'd love that in that color. And everything else. But just a great idea. I'm always impressed with things I can't or don't do, and I don't do any sewing or creating in that kind of a way right now. Living Skies Vintage and Creative by Jane Litterick is up right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, for my allergies, I can't do anything about it. I'm literally allergic to almost everything. When I was a kid, I had to do when I was a teenager, we did the thing where they like prick your arm with like 30 different types of things, and my arm just like almost exploded. It's dust, it's cats, it's dogs, it's ragweed, it's goldenrod, it's everything. So when the weather is changing, there's nothing I can do. I love fresh air, but it just, everything has me all the time. It's mostly dust. I don't know if that's just like a Canadian thing or something around Toronto and Niagara Falls and everything else, but things just get dusty so fast. It takes no time. Within a week, you're running your finger over things and, having to clean all the time. Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, has put out quite a few videos. I'm behind by a couple of weeks here. I'm going to grab the latest one. This is going to give you over an hour, almost 2 hours of watch time, which is great to see. This creator's at 786 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. They're going to bring us some creative pieces, coloring pages, and we can thrift and shop along with them. They've got shorts on the channel. And forgive me, Vintage Style by Joe, I saw what you said. I'm not going to push you for something like that. I didn't mean to do that, but I appreciate the idea. I just mean that what you're doing is fantastic. I've been taken away with that channel since she started coming into the Tuberchat family. I don't think it's quite been a year, but it might have been by now. 2,000 views, 2,700, 4,600 on a few of these shorts. Which is great to see, and then live streams as well. They were just live earlier, and they seem to be doing these. Oh, maybe they're just starting again from a couple months ago, which is great to know. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. Palazzo Place is coming up right now. I see Chris coming in. We're going to look at that channel. They happen to be a member. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I should drop the link one more time for Butler Family Farms live stream. We're going to go over there. Just please mention Tuberchat Raid when you go into the chat. They've got quite a lot of people in there, I'm sure. They always have a vibrant live stream. And Chris is coming up next. I'm just going to get that channel ready to go. Here's Palazzo Place, and this is an enthusiastic creator. They've been here for just about every stream lately as well. They are bringing us a bit of outdoor content. They've got a furry friend here to share with us. The weather changes just like spectacularly where they are. Gets really wet and violent pretty quick, and then clears up pretty soon as well. You'll notice that in their videos. They got shorts over here. These are now starting to move into 2,200, 4,200 views on a couple of these, and it's all variety, but in line with the videos that they've been putting on the channel as well. Pardon me. They are working on 800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Chris is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then forgive me, everybody, sometimes I start talking really, really fast, especially at the end of the stream, and start tripping over my words and everything like that. So I don't mean to be confusing when I say silly things, but hopefully my points come across. Leslie's Crochet Corner is here. We're going to look at that channel quickly as well. Chris is here. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They just got a few videos here to get started with. They've got some information on their About section, though. They've got shorts over here that have worked into 24,000 views, 31,000, 34,000 views, which is great to see. And I keep saying it, but these furry friends always seem to be doing well for a lot of people, and then a lot of live streams as well. So they seem to be on frequently. I think it's every day. And again, they're usually running, I think these are loops of videos. Forgive me if I'm wrong. You can correct me if that's not the case. But I've been there for a few of those, and it gives people a chance to kind of trickle in and connect with each other as well. So Leslie's Crochet Corner is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then, yeah, an auctioneer would be interesting. I know I could speak pretty quickly, but those people can fly. Leslie's Crochet Corner. This is another channel that I'm still getting to know, but we can see they've got a lot of beautiful, creative things. Are these? Oh, this is trivets, right? It took Kristen like years to get me to understand the word for this, but I love homemade stuff just as much as everybody does. You know, I tend to like a lot of modern things and things like that as well. But I think a mix of homemade things can, you know, be a great accent to any decor. I know I'm dancing around what I'm saying, but like a perfect example is something like a Christmas tree. I don't forget a video. Pete and I were both in the chat while the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch was talking about their Christmas tree. They were literally going through every ornament on the tree and the story behind it and things like that. We had a bit of that in my home as well. I had a grandmother that used to, I don't know how to explain this, but she used to like crochet around clothing hangers. Is that right? I'm not sure if that's right. And they're beautiful and they're customized and everything else. And she used to take cards. I have some Father's Day cards here sitting on my desk that I keep beside me. That was the last family occasion, let's say. And what they used to do, my grandmother used to cut out pictures from the covers from all of the Christmas cards, let's just say, and make beautiful placemats that were laminated. Right? And then we had trivets all over the house that were made by different members of the family and things like that, if that's the right word. But I thought I'd mention that. But Leslie's Crochet Corner, I'm looking forward to getting to know more about your channel. I've just put the latest video into my catch-up list. There's one short video here right now. Great to see that it's Happy Mail. So you're obviously having an impact on somebody. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they got auctions going on here as well. Looks like some of the things they might be making. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that. And then let's look at Butler Family Farm. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here 3 times a week and for 3 hours every time we're here, but I do appreciate every moment. And from our friends that run the stream in the background, I know we got a few people who do that from time to time. And then forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We get to as many as we can in that 3 hours. We're overtime today, but we want to get over and say hi to Butler Family Farm. I want to hear about how their cruise went. They had a lot of friends on that cruise with them, I believe. We're going to go find out now. Just please say Tuber Chat Raid when you get over there, and I will be over there in 3.5 minutes with everybody as well. I'll leave this live stream running so everybody can connect over there. What they've got is 116 acres of farmland. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs. One of these days maybe koi. They got bees on the channel. They make their own honey. They make their own tools. Jerry does a lot of work in the shop. They both head into the kitchen. They give us a chance to get to know them, and they show us all that it takes to look after that 116 acres. They got shorts on the channel into 12,000 views, one at 53,000. Jerry's let us know he's used the promotion system to push the channel really hard, so it's obviously grown from about 10,000 to 100,000 in just a couple of months. That's the paid advertising system in the YouTube studio, but he'll share information about that with anybody who wants to ask when you're over there. They've got their live stream going right now. We're going to head over there and visit them. them. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators here on this channel, because I know sometimes I make this look easy, but these streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. I can't tell you how many of the mistakes I make that they catch and what they do for everybody out in the YouTube streets when we're not live streaming. So I hope everybody will get some of their support coming back to you, and we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're